GG. He's screwed.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Although, I will say that C's kind of in an interesting spot here in that there's Dragoons to the front, Dragoons to the back. So this is a little bit of a tough spot for him as well in terms of how does he defend against this. Because, oh, and a Reaver come. Oh, actually, it looks like C's going to be screwed here. Look at this. That Reaver coming out there getting one blast in, and there's more than enough Dragoons to actually finish this off. And actually, it looks like C's going to allow Violet. Is C allowing Violet back into this game? I think Violet may actually be... Well, I don't know if I'd say he's back in this game necessarily, but he's a whole lot closer than he was 2 minutes ago by destroying that force. I mean, he's still down in terms of bases, and if he loses the shuttle like a Tard, that would be really bad. He almost pulled a reach there, and almost lost his shuttle to a singular turret because he didn't put his shuttle on patrol micro, but it looks like he's going to keep it alive here, and it's going to stop that. And...
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was sure that turret was going to complete and then kill it, and I was going to be like, what do you mean almost? Right as the shuttle went down, and I just made a huge fool of myself. You can go ahead.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You're trying to catch me. No. No, he did get that SCV before he was able to fill the turret, but complete the turret. But it looks like C's still going to be operating off of 3 bases. That's what I was going to say next, in that he's going to be able to replenish that force, and I don't remember the last time I'd say this, but it looks like the Terran's going to be able to replace his army faster than a Protoss player. You don't often hear that said, but this is one of those very, very rare cases where it's gonna happen, and you can already see it. You can already see 3 tanks already out. We got vultures hanging around, we got turrets going on, mines going down, and the force for C is already equivalent to the force for Violet. Already. And it looks like Violet's going to try and take a base at the 2 o'clock position as well, and we got a Reaver coming out here to the 3rd base of C, going to try and do some harassment. There's a couple turrets up, probably needs to be a little bit better placed. Is there a turret at the natural expansion? No, there isn't, and that's a little bit of an error here. He could lose some SCVs here if he's not careful. Looks like he's trying to get a turret up as we speak, but this is going to be tough for him, and we're going to have a Reaver shot. Is this going to go off? Is it going to go off? And no, it's gonna dud. So no real economic harassment going on here. Only a couple SCVs going down. So this Reaver harassment, while very nice in terms of helping defend against that push, it really hasn't done enough economic damage, I don't think, to really get him back in this game. It's closer, but I still think C is significantly ahead.
It was some good micro by which Violet was able to break out of his own base, but still, because of that 12 Nexus coming back to bite him, he's still not caught up. As Deja Vu said, you definitely need a lot more economic harassment if you're going to come back from that. He is getting a 3rd base up now, but that 3rd base is going to be ridiculously hard to defend because it's so close to the path that C would push out on. It's like the first stop on that path, and going to be very hard for Violet to defend, especially with kind of inferior forces and almost inferior production. Like the Protoss should have a production capacity much greater than that of a Terran, and right now I would say it's kind of about equal, depending on whether C wants to produce tanks or vultures. And that lone shuttle, I was so surprised it actually survived, but it's been doing well recently. Violet almost lost it, but has been a lot more careful with it lately, and he's done a little bit of damage, but you can see Violet's put up a pylon wall to try to defend his 3rd, and that'll definitely defend it from vulture harass, but that will not defend it from a full-on push, and I think a full-on push is not far away, but this time C's gonna do it right. Gonna push out with turrets and make sure he's got turrets every step of the way. And if it's a slow, methodical push like that, I really don't see what Violet's going to be able to do to defend it, because pushing out with turrets kind of nullifies nullifies what a shuttle can do. That Reaver might. Oh, okay, that Scarab doesn't. Dud gonna pick off the SCV building Oh, and get off another SCV. Oh, I thought I was going to go... Wow, I'm saying the wrong words. A couple of Scarabs getting off, killing a tank and an SCV building a starport, but not doing any harassment like I thought it was going to do. And I fail at English. Please forgive me.
It's okay. We all know English is your 2nd language, so you know we can accept that. No, it's really not your 2nd language, is it? No, but we can pretend that it is to make you feel better. It's Goose's 2nd language. We can pretend it's your 2nd language to make you feel better and to make it more appropriate for you to fail. But that's cool. It looks like this game is kind of turning into both players just mattering up huge forces, and you know it's not going to be possible for... Oh, wow, Goliath is coming out, so that shuttle's going to go down. And with the Reaver... Oh, no, I think the Reaver already died. Yeah, the Reaver already went down just a couple seconds ago. But, you know, Violet's just going to fall behind. It looks like he's setting up for a 4th base down there towards the 6 o'clock position. But here's the thing. He's going to put down the 400 minerals for that base down there. He's going to throw down a pylon down there. Maybe even throw down a cannon or two. And then the push is going to come before that base. Before he can reap the benefits of that base. And he's going to melt. That's my prediction anyways. Like, you can see the tanks already pushing out here. That's a lot of tanks. And this time he has vultures. Look at that. See? We've got vultures in play this time. Looks like we got a DT out, but that DT is not going to do much. There's 3 scanners up. If there's 2 scanners up, like there often is at mid-game pushes, you can kind of use DTs to waste those scans and maybe try and stop a push, but this is not going to be one of those cases. And you can see right now the 3rd base for Violet is almost forfeit already. He almost has no ability to defend it. There's just so many vultures and tanks already crawling. Although Violet is going for a little bit of a backdoor. We'll see if this is any successful. This is an interesting strategy, going for a little bit of a backdoor, try and take out on the 3rd base, or at least put some pressure on. And he needs to not shoot at the barracks, and actually go for the tanks, because if he could go for the tanks, he might actually be able to do something, but he's not shooting the damn tanks, and he's not going to win here. He's going to lose a whole lot of units, take a whole lot of damage on the Dragoons, because he doesn't want to micro and can't shoot at tanks, and is wasting shots on barracks and supply depots. And now this entire Dragoon force is going to go down. They can't even run away because there's so many vultures, so they're all going to die for nothing. So what could have been a brilliant backdoor ends up backfiring on Violet, and he just is falling farther and farther behind. His 2 o'clock base is forfeit, and I think this game should be coming to a close relatively soon. Although we do have some High Templar with some brilliant storms, he might be able to delay the inevitable, but I just don't see Violet getting back into this game with at least not enough to get a victory out of it.
I mean, I feel like we've been tough on Violet in this game, but it has to be said, he did a great job manhandling that barracks in that last side attack. Unfortunately, he didn't actually do any appreciable damage or take out a base or anything, but that barracks is still hurting from that beating it just received. The 3rd base is pretty much like about a minute away from going down. And there are High Templar. Arbiter Tech just trying to get up. He might be able to cloak his army with some Arbiter Tech, but he's not going to have stasis ready for way too long. He's not going to have it researched enough and enough energy to be able to cast it. So pretty much he's going to have to somehow summon the combined forces of Reach and Jangbi to be able to, I guess, storm the Terran force to death. Although he snuck in that DT, and maybe he's going to try to do some economic harassment with it, which is a cute idea, although it's again not going to be able to save him. And ooh, mines, a 4th base coming down for C. So just even worse for Violet. Now he not only does he need to defend this attack, but he also needs